Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nureen Maisarah Binti Salimee. In this video, I will explain and share about the poverty alleviation in Malaysia. So let's start with the introduction. Introduction. Ongoing economic system has boomed numerous Malaysians regarding compensations, occupations, evidence, creation, and opportunities. So, this disappointment has appeared through rising inequality and the augmenting hole between those who are well off and the poor, particularly among the Bumi Putra demographic, which is moved in provincial regions. At a similar phase of current modern development, poverty as a financial precarity is perceived as the result of disparity in the utilization of material and intangible benefits and conveyance of earning during the time spent economic development. So, there are three issues that I want to explain, which is first, poverty in conventional economics. Poverty is usually divided into two, which is absolute and relative poverty, a condition characterized by severe deprivation of basic human needs, including food, safe drinking, water, shelter, and education. It depends on both income and access to services. On the other hand, relative poverty refers to a condition which people lack the minimum amount of income needed to maintain the average standard of living in the society in which they live. The government ought to carry out a progression of changes pointed toward diminishing pay difference and more. The second is daruriyah, which is necessities. Vital to the conversation of destitution in Islam are the idea of fakir, which implies poor and miskin, or in different words, penniless. In Malaysia, for instance, miskin is characterized as those beneath the needless line, while fakir is characterized as those who pay is not exactly 50% of distribution pay line. Next, nisab, which is minimum amount of wealth in which zakat is obligatory. And it leads to a base level of wealth that should be held before it is dependent upon zakat. The people who don't meet the nisab are pardoned from paying zakat, as well as in specific conditions could likewise be viewed as poor, consequently qualified to get zakat. So let's move on to the solution. The first one is distribution. Economic growth should remain inseparable with fair distribution of wealth. Second, the role of the public sector and the third sector in leveling the constraints of the market. As of the compromise between the public sector and the market, an institutional methodology was recommended to accomplish its arrangement objective. Number 3, involvement by two different groups. Non-government association in collaboration with the government to foster the most developed project of preparing our community for business and to take part in vocational training. So as a conclusion and a summary, beginners ought to be offered a unique consideration in view of its high rate, yet additionally in light of its multi-phase perspective. All things considered, poverty is viewed as serious according to a helpful perspective as well as according to an Islamic perspective. Alright, so that's all from me. Thank you.